I want to talk to you today a little bit about a drug that I was taking and have been on for like 20 years that I was given back then, a drug called Effexor, which its generic name is Venlafaxine. And I started out now this was 20 years ago, I started out on 175 milligrams. And then after a few years, it's like the drug wasn't working. So then my doctor put me on a higher dosage up to 350 milligrams. And I've been on that drug for, like I say, a good 20 years. And while on this drug, I didn't have any anxiety. I didn't have much depression. I mean, it did what it said it was supposed to do. But the thing is, when my doctor put me on it, he said it was non-addictive, which before I had taken this drug, I had been on Xanax, and they told me while on Xanax, if you have any kind of sleeping disorders like sleep apnea, that you could go to sleep and not wake up. So I took myself off of the Xanax, and I didn't have any problem stopping that drug. I didn't have hardly any side effects that was anything to worry about. But I still needed something for my anxiety and my depression. And so my doctor gave me the Effexor. And like I said, he said it was non-addictive. Well, I took it for all these years, and then at one point I couldn't afford to buy it, and I had missed about 3 days worth of medication before I could afford to buy some more. And while off of this medication, just in those 3 days, I had what I call brain zaps, to where if you moved your eyes, it felt funny right in the back of your forehead and in your brain. And it's like little electrical currents going through your brain. And I was dizzy, and I felt sick to my stomach, and I would cry all day long over the least little thing. And I would, when I got mad about anything, I mean, I flew off the handle. It was just instantaneous. I didn't know what was going to come out of my mouth, and I didn't know that I would get mad so fast. And I'm normally not a person who has that problem. I don't cry that much, and I don't get mad very easily. And so when I got back on the medication after those 3 days, within the first day, I started feeling a whole lot better. And while being on the Effexor, I didn't hardly ever cry. I didn't hardly ever have a temper of any kind. It's kind of like it makes you numb in some ways. But I didn't have my anxiety, which was the main point that I was taking it for. And so when I missed another pill at another time, and I noticed that I was having the brain zaps again on just one day. And my temper would be bad, and I would be crying all day, and I just felt like I was going crazy. Now, this is no way to live when you feel like that, just missing one pill. And, down the line, I'd miss a pill here and there, which you're not supposed to, but I did. And I would have the same problems. And my husband didn't understand what it was or why I was acting like this. And I told him, I said, I've missed a pill. And that's why I feel like I do, and I can't control it. I can't control my temper, and I can't control my crying. So I decided I wanted off of this drugs. If it was that bad, just missing one pill, I just couldn't imagine staying on this medication for the rest of my life and feeling that way if I missed a pill. So I talked to my doctor about getting off of it. So we decided to wean me down. And like I said, I was up to like 350 milligrams. And I had to be weaned down. And let me tell you, just dropping the dosage the first time, I had crying and I had temper, even though I was still taking the medication. And then the next time I dropped it, I would have those same symptoms for several days until my body adjusted to the lower dosage. Well, now it's been 2.5 years, and I am down to the lowest dose that you can take. And even if I miss one pill, I still have the crying and the temper and just the overall not feeling good. And I want off of this drug. I want off of it so bad. And so the doctor decided to help me along because of the side effects that I would have not being on the medication. He decided to give me another antidepressant to see if it would help me over the threshold of getting off this drug. So right now, currently, I'm on buspirone, or Buspar, however you say it. And it helps, but it doesn't help that well, because I still have some bouts of crying, and some days I cry all day long. I have problems not sleeping. I mean, if I don't go to sleep within, say, midnight, I am up all night long. I can't control it. My mind will not shut off. I'm back to the same feelings that I had before I ever took the Effexor, and which shows me I still need help. The buspirone, like I said, it helps, but it doesn't help enough because I'm still having those side effects. And I'm still, like I said, I'm still on the Effexor. I'm still trying to get off of it. And I don't know how much longer it's going to be, but I'm at the lowest dose, and I'm going to start cutting those pills back even more, getting me a pill cutter and cutting them in half, and then fourth it to wean myself off, because when I'm off of it, I feel like I'm in hell. I feel like I can't deal with life whatsoever. And that is just terrible. There's no way to live that way. And if there's other people out there, which I know there is, I've looked through YouTube to see if anybody else was having the same problems I was having getting off of Effexor. And there are a whole lot of people that are going through the same problems that I'm going through. And so the main thing I want to tell you is, if your doctor offers this drug to you, tell them no, you want something else. Because like I said, so long as I'm taking the medication and was on a good dose, I felt fine all day long. But if I missed even one single dose, I felt like I was going through hell that entire day. So I don't recommend anybody taking this drug. I honestly don't. Unless you think you're going to be on it for the rest of your life, don't take it. Because it's hell getting off of it. And the few people that I know have taken it, and I've talked to them about it, had the same problems. They had to wean themselves off of it, and they had a terrible time doing it. So this is what I'm trying to get across to you. If a doctor offers you this medication, tell them you want something else. If they say it's non-addictive, you tell them you know it's addictive, because you have researched it and you have found out that it is addictive. And that's the problem with a lot of these drugs for antidepressant. Doctors don't always know about these medications. Lots of times they know what a pharmaceutical tech has told them, who comes to their office trying to sell them these drugs for people and saying how good they are. Well, they didn't know. He didn't know, because he honestly thought it was non-addictive when he first put me on it. And thank the Lord that I had a doctor who would talk to me and discuss it and help me work out a plan to get off of it. So, like I said, I'm on the lowest dosage now, and I'm hoping in a few months I'll be off of it completely. And then we'll see how this buspirone works without it. But I have noticed, since I've cut this dosage way down, my panic attacks have gotten worse than they used to be. And I've noticed that I get tensed up in traffic and things like that. That is just, it's terrible. So, if you want to get on a medication to help you for anxiety and depression, please research it before you get on it and discuss it with your doctor, the ins and outs. I did not discuss it with my doctor. I didn't know I could. I didn't know I had a voice in talking to him about what is good for me and what is not. And that was 20 years ago. So, I mean, I was with this same doctor for all these years, and luckily I realized that I could talk to him about this medication and how to get off of it. And so, if you, like I say, if you are planning on getting on any medication, or if a doctor puts you on this medication, please be very careful with it, because it will mess your life up if you ever get off of it. My family didn't know how to handle me, and I didn't know how to handle me, and I didn't know how to take another medication and have the day-to-day life that I needed. And I'm still going through that, and it's not easy. It's really hard. It's hard to get off of something you are addicted to. And everyone says, well, why are you getting off of it if it makes you feel better? But the reason is, if I miss one pill puts me through hell. And I don't want to be that way. I want something that I can take, that I'm not going to have those side effects. So this is the main reason for this video today. I just want to put this out there for anyone who has taken the drug Effexor or Venlafaxine, that it can mess up your life if you ever get off of it. So please research everything and talk to your doctor about it. I'm no expert on this drug, but I know from my own experience that it's not that great a drug if it's going to do you that way. And other side effects of this drug that I haven't said is it causes a lot of memory loss. It causes me to have to really think about what I'm trying to say. That's why when I'm talking, sometimes I'm pausing in between my words, because I am trying to think of what I want to say. And being off this drug and being on the drug has messed with my memory. It really has. And so it's just a drug from hell. Please, please, please talk to your doctor before you ever get on any medication for anti-anxiety and depression. Please talk with them first. Don't let them just give you a prescription and tell you this will make you feel better, because you need to research what you're being given. And I didn't know that then, and I do now. And that's just all I have to say about it. I just want to tell you, be careful. Thank you for watching this video. If you like what I have to say and what I do on my channel, please like and share. And definitely subscribe to me. And I thank you very much for listening. And goodbye for today.